Hey guys, it's Dion, and in today's tutorial we are going to be building a castle atop a lava lake. This is what it should look like by the end of this tutorial. The first step is preparation, which means finding a big enough cave with the lava lake so that we can build our castle atop it. Keep in mind though that this isn't exactly necessary. This build can be put anywhere in the world, but for the sake of this tutorial, we will be building it atop a lava lake because that is how it was designed. The second step of preparation is getting on top of the lava lake. You can do so by building a bridge over it. You don't have to go very far out, but I recommend going a good distance so that you have enough room to put your base and still have lava surrounding it completely. Obviously every lava lake is different, so make sure you find a big enough one that suits your need. Now that we've built our bridge here, I'm going to extend it 4 more blocks to count for the staircase that will lead up to the build. Now that we have the bridge and a way over the lava lake, we can move on to the layout. This is the layout for the build. These are the blocks you'll need in order to build the exterior of the structure. These are the blocks and items you will need for the interior of the structure. However, keep in mind that you don't necessarily need all of these decorating items, like an anvil or a brewing stand. If you have them while building, that's cool, but if you don't, you can always add these in later. To begin placing our layout, the easiest way to do this is either using sand or gravel. For this, I'll be using gravel, but it doesn't matter. Place 1 block here, and then on either side of this gravel, place 3 more blocks of gravel. Now that we have 7 blocks of gravel in a row, we can do the same on either side, adding 6 more blocks of gravel here and here. The interior of the square will be a 5x5, but on the outside where the walls go is a 7x7. We can finish off the square by closing it at this end. You can also fill in the square with any materials that you have. I'm going to use cobble, but you don't need to use cobble. We won't see this, so if you want to use dirt, you can use dirt. Moving on, we're going to build the small rectangle that juts out from the main square. 1 block away from the edge of the square, we'll begin placing gravel. This will extend 5 blocks out. Now that we have both rows on either side, 1 block in, we can then fill this in with cobblestone or any block, and then place the rest of the rectangle here. Now that we have the layout finished, we can start replacing blocks. Replacing the gravel rim of the layout with some Deepslate will help tie this in with the rest of the build, making it look like the castle is coming up from the lava lake instead of being cut off by the gravel. Now that we've replaced the outer ring, we can keep building up with more cobbled Deepslate. You can do 1 layer all the way around of cobbled Deepslate, except for on the corners. On each corner, you can leave it blank. This is what it should look like. Now that we've done that, we can build up more Deepslate like this. This is what your cobbled Deepslate layer may look like when you're finished. You don't have to copy this for exactly, but it does help to make sure you have at least 2 blocks here and then randomize it at the 2 block point here. So really we're only going 4 blocks of Deepslate up. That's as high as it goes. Now that we've done that, we can add polished Deepslate walls on each of the corners, only bringing it up to the block here. Now that we've done the Deepslate layer, we can move on to the Tuff Layer. A rule of thumb that I like to follow is to have at least 2 blocks above each piece of Deepslate. Now that we have 2 blocks of tuff above each Deepslate block, we'll want to keep doing that so that there's more tuff in between the Deepslate and the cobble. We can do so like this. In areas like this, make sure you build this up further, placing more tuff like this, and finishing up this layer. This layer is uneven, but This is about as high as it goes. Now that we placed the tuff blocks, we can use the andesite walls in the corners. The next layer contains cobblestone and tuff. We will do the same technique of building it up like this. However, we will also try to integrate tuff into the build. This is as high as this layer will go. This is as high as this section of the build will go. Putting up the side like this. And the back. Putting up this side of the back. Placing tuff here. And here. And then bringing the wall all the way up. You can also bring this part of the wall all the way across like here. We will do the same for the final wall. Putting tuft here. We can then add cobblestone walls and andesite walls. So for here, this is a good example. We put the cobblestone here where there's cobble, and then where there's tuff, we'll put andesite. Doing the same in all of the corners. Obviously, it doesn't always work, but just follow what you feel looks best. Finishing the last corner here. And now this layer is complete. Going on the inside of the build, we can place a cobble deepslate floor. Just above the cobblestone and gravel that we placed earlier. Three blocks up from this floor, we'll place a floor of dark oak planks. All along here, and then straight into this square. You can leave a hole here. For the sake of accessibility, from your bridge, you can break a hole here, and then place ladders going all the way up the tower. These will be used in the final build, so you might as well put them in now so you have a way up and down. On this layer, you can also add another floor of dark oak planks. Moving on to the final layer, we will place cobble in a ring like this on top of this layer, putting cobblestone walls in each corner. This tower here will extend 9 blocks up from this block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can then fill in each of the walls. Filling in the last wall here. We can then move on to the corners and fill them up with cobblestone walls. All the way to the top. Going back into the core of the tower, you can extend the ladder up further, and then on this floor, looking up 3 blocks, you can place another floor of dark oak planks. Like so. With that placed and completed, you have successfully built up the basic structure and layout for the build. We can now move on to placing windows and doors and the staircase at the front of the build. To make your life a little easier, we're going to start with the front entrance and the stairway down. You can remove a 2x3 cutout here, which will be the front door. You can then place some tuff here and then cobble like this. Cobble down the side here, placing stairs like this. Covering this hole, not with that, with that. Placing deep slate here, and then 4 like this. or like this, and then placing deep slate stairs here like this, down all the way to the base of the lava. Now what you'll want to do is the same method as before with the gravel. Finishing up the gravel patch like so. Now you have a nice base to work with, and you can replace the edges like we did with cobbled deep slate. Make sure you fill this in. Extend the cobble one there, extend the tuff like this, and then fill the rest in with cobbled deep slate. And then putting a cobbled deep slate landing here like this. Now we have the staircase up to the front door. We'll also work on a way to get to and fro, but we won't do that now. You can still use this bridge. Moving on, we can do the front of the build, placing doorways and windows where they need to be. With the door, we can place 2 stone brick stairs like so, breaking these 2 blocks and placing cobblestone stairs like this, going up by 1 block, breaking this, and then placing cobblestone stairs like this, and like this. Over on this side, we can break out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can also break off the tops and place stone brick stairs like so, and then fill it in with glass like this. To finish off just this section, we can also break blocks here, placing 3 more and a stair, and then the same on this side as the other. 1, 2, 3, and then filling in with glass panes. Going inside, we can also break this out like this, placing cobblestone stairs here and replacing this with dark oak planks. Making our way up, we can replace this corner and each one around the build with cobblestone blocks. And then around the rim, we can place upside down cobblestone stairs. Except for this section. For this section, we'll put cobblestone full blocks all the way across like this. Then above these stairs, we'll place cobblestone stairs as well, like so. Copying the other side, going like this. This is fine, you can leave the wall there. And then going like that. And now we can focus on the back of the tower over here. At the top, we'll do the same as we did at the front, breaking these 2 here and then placing cobblestone stairs like so. Moving down, we can make another cutout here, placing stairs like this, and then like this, breaking that block there, placing cobblestone slabs, and then pillars all the way on either side. Now that we've done that, we can move on to the tallest point of the tower here and cut out windows and add a detail at the top, rimming the top with polished andesite, and then stone brick walls in each corner. Alright, so I had to make some corrections to this tower. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cobblestone high, and then the 9th layer will be this polished andesite with the stone brick walls, which means it should look like this. On the inside, we can break out a window here, a window here, and a window here. Going down, we can break out a doorway here, placing over the top a stone brick, placing a window here and a window here and here as well. Then on the outside, we can place a cobblestone stair there, there, and here. Up top here, you can replace this ring of cobble with dark oak planks. Like that. Now that we have all the windows, cutouts, and doorways and the stairway finish, we can move over here and add a little building here. Make sure you place some stripped spruce wood at the bottom like this, bringing this up 2 with tuff, Getting some glass panes and placing them here like this, and then placing spruce trapdoors all along the side on each side. With that little thing done, we can move on to putting on the roofs. The simplest roof to put on is this one over here. We can do so with some dark oak planks and stairs just like this. Moving over here, we can focus on this part of the castle, placing dark oak trapdoors all along the ring, just like this. Now above these trapdoors, we can place slabs, but on this side here and here, place dark oak stairs, and then the rest should be slabs. Then one side in, we'll put full blocks of dark oak like this, putting dark oak slabs over those blocks like this in this pattern, and then finishing it off with dark oak planks. Now that we have those two done, we can work on the top of the tower. We will do the same with the dark oak trapdoors, putting a ring around the top. Now that we have that base to work with, we can put slabs in each of the corners like this. And then we'll fill this 3 in with dark oak planks like so, placing a dark oak stair on each in the very center. Then we can fill this in with dark oak planks. Now that we have this ring, we can place dark oak planks here, here, and here, and then facing into these planks will be dark oak stairs on each side. Then on top of the planks, you put another stair facing inward. And then in the corners here, 2 dark oak planks like so. On top of those planks, you'll put stairs facing towards each other like this. And then you'll put dark oak planks here. And then you can top it off with dark oak slabs. With the final roof complete, we are done with building each of the roofs, and we can move on to detailing the outside of this build. The first bit of detail we can add is a row of signs all across here, and here, and finally here. We can also do so on this tower, right here, continue around to the back, and the final face here. Moving on to finer details, we can add a little thing here with a fence and a fence gate, and then a dark oak slab and a dark oak trapdoor. We can finish this off by adding a single dark oak trapdoor here at the end. At the very front of the build here, we can place a stair, a dark oak fence going up 3, and then placing a dark oak fence gate here, topping it off with a slab and then a trapdoor, and then along this side we'll place a red banner, and on the other side. On the opposite side of the build, we will put a dark oak fence gate right here with a slab over top, and then the trapdoor here, and then a grindstone facing outward like this. Below the grindstone, we'll place a single chain. For the final bit of detail on the outside, we'll go up here, place a slab, then a stair, and then a fence gate, and then a dark oak trapdoor there and here, and on the underside like that. Then we'll place 2 red banners on either side. With those additions, the exterior of this build is pretty much complete. We will now be moving on to the interior. In the functionality phase, we will be placing blocks that we need in order to play the game. First, we can start in this corner by placing a smoker here, 2 furnaces like this, a barrel like this, and then 2 blocks up we can place a loom. I prefer to place it like this. Moving away from this section, we can turn around and go in here, place a red bed, and then 2 barrels on either side. Moving down the ladder, we can go into the basement. Along this wall, we can place a bunch of barrels. Turning around, you can place the blast furnace here, and then the stone cutter. And then over here, 1 block away from the back wall, we can place a lectern. Turning around, we can then place the crafting table, and that's it for this section. Going up the ladder now, we enter this area where we can place the smithing table, the grindstone, and the anvil. You can also place a barrel up here. Going up to the next level, we can place a cauldron here, a chest here, a barrel just below the andesite, a brewing stand here, and if you want, you can go ahead and place a polished andesite here preemptively. And that is it for the functionality phase. Now that all the functional blocks are in, you could stop here because you have everything you need to play survival, but it doesn't look very good. So now we're going to move on to doing detailing. We can start with entryways like this, placing 2 trapdoors here, and then placing the doors like this. Then on the ceiling, we can place a slab here, there, here, and here, and then connecting it with spruce trapdoors. Turning around, we can look at this section. Going into the room like this, we can place spruce trapdoors all the way up. We can place a door here, and then more trapdoors above that. Flipping them all out so it creates a division between this room and the other one. On the outside, we can add cobblestone here, here, and a slab. Going on the inside of this room, you can remove these blocks if you have any here, and then placing a rim of dark oak stairs like so. Then here, in between the windows, you can add a line of trapdoors for support beams, and here as well. Going back into this area, you can remove these 3 blocks if you have any there, placing this here, 2 stone brick walls, and then an andesite all the way up. Then on top of the furnaces, you can place gray carpet. Around this barrel, you can place signs. Turning around, you can place polished andesite here and here, putting signs around these as well. Then on the floor, you can place a carpet like so. Looking up at the ceiling, you can place 2 chains at the center, then a spruce fence in a cross section like this, and then on top of these spruce fences, 2 candles each. Over on this wall here in the center, you can place a red banner. Going back down, you can place an armor stand here and here, an oak trapdoor there, and if you want, you can put a brown carpet over top like that. Then on top of this barrel, you can place a flower pot with any flower you like. I chose the dandelion. Back to the armor stands, you can place full iron on each of them if you want. Or if you don't have enough iron, you could always just place old armor that you have. Turning around, you can then place an item frame with a clock inside it. If you have the data pack that allows you to turn item frames invisible, you can do so with this command. If you don't, I will try and include this in the description below. Moving through this door back into this bedroom area, we can place a spruce trapdoor here, 2 at the back, put a sign here and here, put a flower pot with any kind of flower. I chose the lily of the valley, and then place a candle here, preferably 4 if you have enough. Then stepping back, on each of these walls here, place red banners. Then underneath this banner, place an item frame, and then a sword, and rotate it downward. Then looking up, you can place 2 chains, and this room is pretty much done. Oh, and make sure you also replace here with dark oak, so you have a nice clean balcony to look out in this terrifying cave. Going down the ladder into the basement, you can place a line of oak wood atop these barrels. Then across the ceiling, we can place spruce slabs and trapdoors all along like this, skipping 1 block in between each. Then at the back wall here, we can place oak planks, and then 6 bookshelves if you have them. Then around this lectern, we can place some red carpet. Turning back to this workstation area, we can place polished andesite here with a stone brick wall, and then a smooth stone slab. For the floor, we can add 6 brown carpet here. Turning around, we can add a picture, making sure to cover the blocks at the top so we get the size we want. Cycling through till we get the one we want. Then on this wall here, we can put another item frame, put an axe in it, make sure that it's upright, and then turning it invisible. Then turning over here, we can place candles on top of the crafting table, campfire, making sure to extinguish it, and then above putting a banner here and here. Going to the storage area, we can put item frames along each barrel, and then in each item frame you can put the respective blocks that you want to put in each of these barrels. This time going up the ladder, we will go into this area up here where you do smithing and crafting. Placing an armor stand here, you can put leather armor on it or any other armor that you like. On the ceiling, we'll put a beam like we did before in the other rooms, like so. Then we'll put a trapdoor under the barrel here, one here, and one here as well. Placing a flower pot here with a dead bush inside it, or any other flower of your choice. Then finally, we'll place a door here. Turning around and moving up the ladder to the final floor, which is the brewing area, we can place a block here, some soul sand here with a trapdoor, then a line of oak trapdoors like so. Then at this point, we can place another beam like this. Going up, we can fix the ceiling, placing stairs like this, and a block at the center. Going back down here, we can place some nether wart in here, 4 candles there, an item frame on here with a glass bottle inside, turning it invisible. Then going up, we can place a flower pot here with a poppy or any flower you desire. Then on this barrel here, an item frame with any potion you like, turning that invisible as well. With this room complete, the detailing phase is done and we can move on to lighting up this build. The first bit of lighting that we can do is placing a torch here on the outside, going up and placing a torch here, here, and here. Going back down and into the castle, we can close this. And then going up, we can light each of the candles here. Going down to the carpet, we can break these blocks. Using these beams as a way to hide the lighting, also lighting this floor and the one below. Placing jack-o'-lanterns or whatever lighting blocks you have, and then covering it again with carpet. With this room lit up, we can move on to this one. We can light the candle here and add a lantern up top. Moving down into the basement. This area is already pretty lit because of the above lights, but we can light these candles, and under these carpets over here, we can add jack-o'-lanterns. If for some reason this isn't lit up already, you can also add jack-o'-lanterns under this carpet. Going up the ladder to this room, we can add a lantern here. And even further, we can light this and place a lantern here. With the interior and the lighting done, the details for this build are done, and overall this build is complete. However, we're going to move on to finishing touches like the entryway to the castle. I'm going to build an example of what you could do to get from mainland to your castle. This is only a suggestion, but I highly encourage you designing your own pathway. This is one way of accessing your build, building a bridge across the lava like so, using the gravel technique to build pillars in the lava. However, if this is too precarious for you, you can also add railings like this. With a railing like this and lighting, your bridge should be much safer and you shouldn't have any trouble getting to your castle. Another thing to note, if you're worried that you're just going to run right off of this edge like this, you can also do the same here. placing a railing along like this. This feels much more secure, and I'm definitely not as scared of falling into the lava. Plus, now mobs can't spawn on our bridge, and we can happily live in our lava fortress. Alright guys, this is the end of the tutorial. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure you give it some love. And if you were able to successfully complete this tutorial, make sure you tell me down in the comments below. Alright, bye!